With thousands of American workers putting in their retirement papers every single day, we're kicking off a 4-part series called Aging in America. We begin part 1 tonight with a look at the impact of what an aging population, along with an older workforce, would have on the U.S. economy. Steve Leisman has our story.
Every day in America, 10,000 baby boomers turn 65. By 2030, their population is set to grow from today's 45 million to 72 million, or a fifth of the population. For economists, these used to be much scarier numbers. They raised fears that an aging population would lower growth permanently, that an older workforce would be much less productive. But that view has changed. While the boom in baby boomers presents serious challenges, the new thinking is far more optimistic.
The really good news in our economy is that the employment patterns for the 55-plus group have been going steadily up for the last generation.
They've also learned that when you make a few changes in the workplace, the productivity of older and younger workers is about the same. Like brighter lights on the factory floor or bigger computer screens in the office. Finally, technology can be a major part of the solution, replacing the work of retirees who leave the workforce. Still, the problems presented by baby boomers are considerable and won't solve themselves.
The analogy is saying, oh my God, those picnickers down by the seashore at low tide are all going to drown. Well, yes, of course they'll drown if they don't move, but they can move.
Moving could mean finding new ways to curtail the rise of healthcare costs. Government spending for healthcare and Social Security will double from an average of 7% of GDP over the last 40 years to 14% by 2039. And it may also include raising some taxes on the young or the wealthy to pay for the baby boomers' retirement. Immigration reform and better overall economic growth can be a big part of the solution.
Economically, it is much easier to address these kind of issues if you act sooner rather than later, because you've got both more time so that you could, for example, implement whatever tax increases or benefit reductions you might make over a longer horizon.
Unfortunately for some baby boomers, the one agreed solution could be the worst. They're going to have to work longer and save more. But there's some justification. One study found the self-reported health of 69-year-olds today is about the same as 60-year-olds back in the 1970s. Stats like that help put the problems into perspective.
The fact that that we've added 40 years to the human lifespan is way outweighs any economic disadvantage we have, because that's the biggest treasure. Don't get depressed about the aging population. It's the best thing that's ever happened in the history of the world.
For Nightly Business Report, Steve Leisman.